"Fourscore 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate this portion of that field as a final resting place for those who gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who have fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
Years ago, the founders of America brought us a new nation born in liberty and dedicated to the idea that all men are created equal. Now we are fighting in a civil war, seeing that if a nation so involved and so committed can last long. We met on a great battlefield. We have come to commit a part of the field as a final resting place for the soldiers who have died that the nation might live. It is right and proper that we should do this, but in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot make this sacred, we cannot make this special, this ground. The soldiers, dead and alive, struggled here to make it holy, far above our poor power to add or take away from. The world will barely remember, or maybe even completely forget in the future, what we have said here, but no one will ever forget what was done here, for it is us, the living, rather to be remembered here, to the unfinished work which those who have fought here have thus so far, having higher standards, been advanced. It is rather for us to be here involved in the great task remaining before us, that we have honored dead. We take increased devotion to that cause, for they have gave the last full measure of devotion, that we highly resolve that these soldiers shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, that government of the people, for the people, by the people, shall not die from earth. Hello, Erin Newberry here, reporting live from room 107 with Miss Smith and Mr. Graham.
Who's playing that music?
Okay, Mr. Graham, you're up. First question. How does Lincoln describe the U.S.?
I got this. Lincoln describes it as a new nation to the proposition that all men are created equal, no matter their race or beliefs.
Well, thank you, Miss Smith, but how about we let Mr. Graham take this next one here? What is Lincoln addressing, and why? Lincoln addresses the Civil War and the impact it has. He says that it's a great test of nation on their dedication toward their beliefs.
He also says that it is up to the people to remember what they fought for, so we can learn not to repeat our mistakes.
All right, Mr. Graham, this one is all on you. What words and phrases does he repeat, and why? He continuously uses we because it creates a bond with the audience, making him seem equal with them. He says the word dedicate 6 times. Dedication is a powerful term. It is more empowering to a person instead of saying we must try this. Lincoln says nation 5 times in the speech because it shows us the higher purpose for our actions. Okay, next question. What is the key image in this speech, and what point does it convey?
The key image in the Gettysburg Address is to honor those who have died in battle. The nation should be more united and be better for our future generations.
Well, that was awkward. Okay, next one. What is the structure of the Gettysburg Address? Lincoln filled his speech with equality, freedom, and representative government. All right, Miss Smith, last question. What kind of impact did the speech leave on the country present day?
The speech left us D-Unit.
The speech left us remembering the Battle of Gettysburg and the men that lost their lives in the battle. It shows us the love and dedication for their country that they had. Justin, if Abraham Lincoln were to make his famous Gettysburg Address speech today, how do you think it would sound?
Say thank you so much, not only to God, but to Jesus. Because, you know, I wouldn't be here without him. He's really blessed me. He's put me in this position, so I want to say thank you so much.
No, Justin, not you. Abraham Lincoln. Kim, can you tell me how you feel about the Gettysburg Address?
If you know how I feel, why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation, like...
Jonathan, can you answer my question about the Gettysburg Address? Can you pick out rhetorical devices and explain their importance to me?
I like turtles.
Okay, thank you.
Is a new nation to the proposition that all men are created equal. No matter their race. Okay. So beautiful. No matter what they say. La 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 la. Do 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 do.
The speech left us. Why can't I say it? Left us remembering the blah, blah, blah. Why can't I talk? Okay, Danny Graham. Did you record that?
Yeah.
No.
The speech left us.
No.
The speech left us.
No.
The speech left us.
No. Are you going?
Yeah.
Oh. Taking off the Danny Graham attire.